Sometimes it may happen that somehow we are exceptionally good in any one of these three aspects or areas, either personal, social, and occupational. But sometimes it may also happen that in any one or two or even all the three areas, we are not good sometimes. The phase, as we say, कि अभी ये bad patch चालू है. In personal life, we may have a good support, but in professional life, we are unable to perform appropriately and productively, or vice versa. Sometimes even social relationship also gets hampered, gets affected. We are unable to maintain, have a healthy relationships with others. So in short, together with it, it is called as maladjustment. It refers to the psychological strain and indicates some sort of issues, some sort of hurdles, hassles in the area. Big events which require a person to make adjustment and changes. Now see the word here which they have used, that it is required a person to make. And in adjustment, we have discussed the term that it is a person's choice, willingness, it is there. In simple, maladjustment, it can be also considered as compromise. For example, the person is not ready to do that particular work or task, but just by force he has to do it. Authority ने बोला है तो करना पड़ रहा है, करावं लागलं, करून टाकलं. So the term or the language which we use in this way, which are really the core of stress. Stress part also we have discussed in detail yesterday. So the difference is between this adjustment and maladjustment, or adjustment and compromise. The one thing is by choice and another thing is by force. Now let's see the core characteristics, behavioral characteristics of a well-adjusted person. And then we'll start with one short video, and then we'll move toward Freud, Maslow, Rogers' approach towards adjustment. The person who is good in adjustment, the very core, characteristic or trait which we can consider, that is capacity to conform the norms of the society. So when we are under pressure or when we are under stress, deliberately we want to just rebel. I don't want to adjust with this particular thing. Let's cut off. Let's break the rule and move ahead. ये क्यों सिग्नल फॉलो करना है? ये मुझे नहीं करना है. मुझे तो जल्दी ही जाना है. But the person who is ready to adjust, he will accept that yes, the signal is there. So at least for a minute or so, I have to wait. Let's accept this, the fact, let's accept this norm. Norms means what? Some kind of unwritten rules set by the society to have smooth function. So the norms are there. Second thing is, the person who is well in adjustment, he or she also knows capabilities and as well as limitations. Unconditional acceptance of self is one of the most important, quality of healthy and successful human being. And that acceptance, it is the combination of both strengths as well as weaknesses. The moment I know that in which particular area I am lacking, then only I will accept, and then only I will, try to push my limits in that context. ये नहीं आता है, accept करते हैं और फिर सीखते हैं. But if the person is having very much rigid approach, जो मुझे आता है मैं उतना ही करूंगा और जो मुझे नहीं आता मैं नहीं करूंगा, तो हम कहते हैं कि बहुत अकड़ू है. इसमें बहुत अकड़ है. On the contrary, the person who is sitting on a very higher position but with a very humble approach, he is asking some things to his junior. Let's, for example, a professor who is around 56, 58-year-old, he or she is finding difficult to get adjust with this online teaching mode. If we talk about, 1 or even 2 years back scenario, he will accept कि हाँ मुझे ये ऑनलाइन वाला झमेला नहीं समझ में आता है, मैं सीख लेता हूँ किसी से. So he will accept, he will adapt. Easy to understand about awareness of strengths, so I will not go too much into it. Moving third particular characteristic and trait of a person, that is express confidence in himself as well as in others. Your adjustment and your state of mind, it reflects with such an approach that how well you are able to correlate and get along well with others. If you are really happy with others, then your adjustment with others also be, very much in a good manner. And most important thing is having a trust, altruism, the positivity, having hope कि हाँ ये सामने वाला बंदा कर सकता है. Let's believe, have a faith. So these people, we can consider that yes, they can be a good leader because they know how to get things done, that too in an appropriate way. Instead of doing any kind of manipulation as such, but they are the one who are having a very good interpersonal intelligence or emotional intelligence, we can also say. Fourth one is, well-adjusted person shows strong sense of security as well as responsibility. Instead of getting too much anxious and nervous, well-adjusted person will be more concerned about the given task. मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, मुझे क्या करना चाहिए, how far I'm sure or I am aware, I am alert that ABC kind of, certain uncertain issues may emerge in between. So they are concerned. So these people shows strong sense of security and even responsibility. Stephen Covey, I'm sure you all might have aware about him and his well-known books, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Then again, it has been updated with 8 habits. In that particular book, very smartly he has break this word, response and ability. We all have an ability to respond. So the responsibility. अभी कैसे बात करनी है, कैसे बात नहीं करनी है, कब निगोशिएशन करना है, कब असर्टिवली बात करनी है, कब सामने वाला इंसान जो कुछ भी जैसे कुछ भी कह रहा है वो एज इट इज एक्सेप्ट करना है. That kind of thinking, that kind of maturity has to be there. So strong sense of security and responsibility. Then well-defined goal in his life and also well-adjusted person having set of values. Values, ethics, even principles. Again, all these things goes with the first point, that is norms, conforming the norms of the society. ऐसा नहीं है कि मुझे कुछ चाहिए तो चलो जाने दो, छोड़ दो, ब्रेक करो रूल्स सोसाइटी के and do what I want. No. Instead of that, the person is quite aware about his goals in his life. So what am I supposed to do in my life? How am I supposed to do? How am I going to achieve all these goals? That kind of understanding, awareness, acceptance has to be there. And even the valuation process. So after a week or so, if I have exam, then I must be aware that what kind of value I should give to watching a TV, serial, movie, web series, even for that matter. The valuation process. किस चीज को कितनी वैल्यू देनी है वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग वेल एडजस्टेड पर्सन में होता है. Even second last, these people have ability to satisfy their emotional needs as well as of others. American Psychological Association, they have also given some 8 to 9 characteristics of a person who is emotionally healthy. And out of those, one most important, even prominent feature of emotionally healthy person is he is the one who is having a right to fulfill all his needs. It can be anything. We all have a right to fulfill, but it doesn't mean that we must cheat others, we must betray others. It is not. It is not at all accepted. But rather than that, ability in satisfying our needs, considering the views, opinions, thoughts, actions, views of other people. So where adjusted person is also socially very well adjusted. And the last and most important core feature of a person is he is well adapted to reality and time. So what am I supposed to do in current phase? Some people have a very typical sentimental approach के हमेशा जो हो चुका है उसी को याद करते. यार 2 साल पहले कितना अच्छा चालू था, सब बंद हो गया, अब कैसे होगा फिर से वो blah 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 blah. So constant thinking about past is what is depression. On the contrary, some people are so stressed that they are always live in future. कैसे होगा, क्या होगा, फोर्थ वेव आएगी कि नहीं आएगी, फिर कोविड होगा कि नहीं होगा, blah blah blah. They are always into some kind of worry, some kind of tension, stress. Instead of that, on the contrary, well-adjusted person is quite very well adapted with reality. What is the reality? Who is our boss? Who is our junior? Who is our colleague? So what kind of assignment we have been asked to complete? Let's accept and move ahead. So what time is it? Be aware about it and move ahead. Now let's see a very small video. Some of you might have might have watched this particular video earlier, maybe. But just because it is related with this particular concept, psychology of adjustment, so we'll see this first and then we'll start with Sigmund Freud's perspective. Have you clear with this 7 core features of well-adjusted person? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
And audible also, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
please. So please see this video and then we will discuss.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you. My name is Nick Vujicic and it's a pleasure to be with you. So I have no limbs, but I have my little chicken drumstick. And so it's like, you like that? That would be really cool if I could get this and get some techno going like, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. But honestly, along the way, you might fall down like this. Ready? Right? Hello! Right. So what do you do when you fall down? Get back up. Everybody knows to get back up, because if I start walking, I'm not going to get anywhere. But I tell you, there are some times in life where you fall down and you feel like you don't have the strength to get back up. Do you think you have hope? Because I tell you, I'm down here, face down, and I have no arms, no legs. It should be impossible for me to get back up, but it's not. You see, I will try 100 times to get up, and if I fail 100 times,
Yes. Please share me your thought related with this video and the topic which we are discussing today, psychology of adjustment and behavioral, characteristics of a well-adjusted person. How you can correlate these points with video. Anyone?
So I think as